What's up everybody? This is Ben with the Spirit of Running, and today we're talking about the Nimbus 25. If you're familiar with the Nimbus series, this is a total departure and I love it. Everything about this shoe feels new and fresh and completely different from what they've done before. We saw a preview of this shoe in the Nimbus Lite 1 and the Nimbus Lite 2, and I think we found the culmination and the best fusion of all things Nimbus and Nimbus Lite in the Nimbus 25. On the bottom we have a really nice rubber, the AHR Plus, and I think that you'll find as you step with this shoe that you won't be concerned about losing your footing. I felt very secure in every step, and I took this on the roads, I took it on the cinder trails up in Houston, and I wore it to work. Moving up through the midsole, you'll see that they have abandoned the big blocky pieces of gel and really invested in the foam. The plus side to this is we get all of that softness that we've expected from the Nimbus traditionally with a much lighter shoe. As we go through the upper, I loved how this upper fit. I didn't have any issues with roominess. The fit is very true to size. The upper just holds my foot in place really well. I never felt sloppy, it never felt overly loose. If you've been a fan of the Nimbus for over the years, you'll notice that the tongue has gotten thinner. It's also attached on both sides of the shoe. One of the nice things about this is that as you're running or going through your day, the tongue stays in place. You don't have to stop and readjust as you go along, and it just, I think, enhances the fit of the shoe without taking anything away. I think this is a fantastic shoe for, nice easy long runs, for when you're going the distance and you want to make sure that you're going to finish your run feeling comfortable and feeling smooth. Let's talk application. Runners, this shoe comes in at 10.5 ounces with an 8mm heel to toe drop. I took this shoe on a number of runs and walks, including a long run that had some up-tempo pacing in it. I loved how this shoe performed. Would this be a shoe that I would want to race in if I'm going for a specific time goal? Not particularly. Is this a shoe that I want to do a lot of training miles in, and is it a shoe that I would be comfortable racing in if I'm going out to complete a race or just have fun with my friends? Absolutely. In the gym, I felt very comfortable in this shoe. I lifted in it and did a series of mobility exercises and strength exercises. I don't do a whole lot of heavy lifting. If I were doing heavy deadlifts, heavy squats, I would want a lifting specific shoe for that. But if you're going to the gym and you're doing what most people are doing, you're using machines, you're doing some lifting with dumbbells, free weights, and not going upwards of, let's say 250 to 300 pounds on a deadlift and a squat, then I think this shoe will perform very well. One area that I don't think it's going to do as well in is if you're doing more CrossFit style exercises where let's say you're getting in a rower. The thickness of the midsole could be problematic for the rower, just getting those straps locked down and tight. And I'm not a fan of doing a lot of the box jumps and movements like that in a shoe with a thicker midsole. Can you do it? Absolutely. Again, if you need a shoe that can just kind of do everything, I think this shoe has a lot of potential for that. But I would still recommend thinking about something that's a little thinner for some of those style workouts. For people who are using the shoe for just a daily shoe and a work shoe, this might be one of my favorite shoes of the year for that. The step-in feel is so plush and so soft, and during my 8-hour shift, I didn't have any issues. On average, I'm gonna get around 17 to 22,000 steps a day. I do work in a shoe store, so I'm back and forth getting shoes out of the stock room all day and helping people try to find the best fit for them. So I do spend a lot of time on my feet. That's not to say that I spend all 8 hours on my feet. There is some downtime, so for our doctors and nurses, I still think this is going to be a good shoe for you. Anybody in the service industry, I think it's going to be a good shoe.